A leadership that relies on a well thought through master plan.
Mwaka huu kwa sababu ya Green Army, hawa mavijana wetu ambao kila eneo la Nairobi wanafungua mitaro, wanasafisha drainage, hakuja kuwa na flooding Nairobi, and despite El Nino, we thank God. And we
April 2024, this site, which was formerly Viva Launch in Kileleshwa along Kandara Road, was being dug. It has been dug here for close to a week without any approvals. There is no change of use. There is no
of the financial statement provided by Sakaja for the financial year 2022-2023. The difference in
Diaspora Stories. This is your boy Mr. Super Latin coming to you once again from the Diaspora. If it's your first time to be here, I want to say take this moment, like and share, subscribe to our channel. And if you have been a returning viewer, I want to say thank you so much for following us in most of our activities and most of the things that we do. Today, we are going straight to most parts of the world that has been affected by the current raining situation. But above all, the situation in most of the cities recently, it has not been so good. You know, when it has been raining, most of the countries have been affected, and those people that are living in the cities, for example, we have seen what has been happening in Dubai. After the rain that took place, most of the people there were rendered homeless and the cars were being carried away. The rescue team was facing a lot of challenges. But above it all, let's go and check what is happening in Nairobi. Nairobi has been a scene of different events recently after the rain has affected so many, and also apart from that, we have seen cars being carried away on the roads by the rainings that has been happening all over the country. But this is a capital city of Eastern Central Africa, not only in Kenya. Let us see what is happening there.
Kwa sababu ya Green Army, hawa mavijana wetu ambao kila eneo la Nairobi wanafungua mitaro, wanasafisha drainage, hakuja kuwa na flooding Nairobi, and despite El Nino, we thank God and we thank these young people for what they've done. Kwa sasa, kwa sababu El Nino imeisha ama inaenda kuisha.
When we talk of the preparation for the rain and the rainy seasons that happened several times maybe in a year, there are things as a county government or as a national government has to put in place to make sure that everything works on very well. For example, in Nairobi, the drainage system might have been failed with so many garbages around the city. You know, when the city is clean, the drainage system is made well and is cleaned very well. Even when such a situation happens, it is easy to maintain and to manage it. But recently what we have seen that in several parts of the city there's so much garbage. Even maintaining it and also making sure that when it rains there's a good flow of the water, the rainwater, it's not something that we can say it was being done in an appropriate way. Let us check on several parts of the city.
A leadership that relies on a well thought through master plan as the cardinal guiding instrument that will be informing all policy decisions, legislative proposals, programs, and project decisions. Now, almost 2 years after elections, the city is running Kyuduzo, without any pronounced blueprint, with incoherent and disjointed efforts that prioritize only the projects and programs that feed the insatiable greed of the new City Hall kleptomaniacs. The this current city-county government will go down in history as the most incompetent, inept, deceptive, amateurish.
When we move now to the leadership of Nairobi County government, that is by Governor Sakaja, it has been facing so much challenges and so much criticism from social media and different sections of the world and the country. But let us see.
Says that they cannot confirm the accuracy and completeness of the financial statements provided by Sakaja for the financial year 2022-2023. The difference in payment reported by the financial statements and the ledger, which ordinarily should be the same, is 5 billion Kenya shillings, which is lost, and that is found on page 2 of the Auditor General's report. Therefore, the Governor of Nairobi cannot explain the 9 billion in pending bills. Also in page 2, the Controller of Budget did approve 17 billion. Out of the 17 billion, the Governor only 24 of the Auditor General's report, number A part of it.
Still, on the leadership of the Nairobi County government, we have seen the governor exchanging very harsh words on social media with different leaders. For example, with the Embakasi MP, Embakasi East MP Babo Wino, we have seen the governor exchanging harsh words with the lawyer Donald Kipkorir. What is happening there? Most of these leaders are criticizing the governor of corruption allegations, and also they are criticizing the governor of being brutal to them and tough and rude to them. What is happening in Nairobi is that Nairobi needs the governor to take part and calm down. Let him work with the people much than having so much drama in social media. Above all, if the main city, let's ask ourselves this question, if the main city like the CBD is much more affected by the rains like that, and also those who are living in the average areas and the main major roads are affected by the rain like that, let's go and have a look for those people who are living in the slum areas. For example, in Kibra, let's check Madare, let's come to Kayole, Kariobangi, Dandora, more so Dandora, where there's a very big dam site now. How are those people managing with the rainy seasons and all the diseases, the waterborne diseases that are taking place? If the governor still has issues with the leadership, with the MCAs, isn't this something that they deserve the national government to come in and also to have a look on this?
Knowing that the governor is poorly managing the county of Nairobi. In the county now, even the bursary cannot be processed. The bursaries have been lying there. They cannot be processed because there is no money in the accounts. The roads cannot be made because the governor has looted all the monies. We don't even know who is collecting the revenue of Nairobi County. The majority leader is out there shouting praises, kissing the ass, cleaning the ass of the governor clean, while the governor is messing the city. I have never seen a group of selfish leaders. As long as the governor can give them deals where they buy expensive vehicles and fill their own pockets, they don't care. The
Kileleshwa member of county assembly, that is Alai, has been coming out calling the governor on different sections that there's so much land grabbing that is happening in Nairobi, where people are raising houses in areas that are not recommended, or there was no much more approval from the county government for such projects to happen. But is Sakaja not listening to his people, or is Sakaja a leader who is a bit brutal, doing his own activities depending on the way he is thinking? These are the questions we are asking. Nairobi is a very recognized city in Africa. Why should the governor not engage most of his leaders in doing such activities? We have seen Alai posting on social media and saying that the governor is not listening to his MCAs, that the MCAs are only posting pictures of the affected areas in different parts of affected areas to social media, but there's nothing they can do. So who are we going to blame for the mess that is happening in Nairobi? When we check back in Nairobi in terms of the raining season, there are places like South Sea that has been most affected in most of the years, but there were governors that have been there when the time of Mike Sonko, when the time of Kidero, there was so much allegations of corruption, but to some extent, such an incident that are happening today, we could not hear them so much. Governor Sakaja has to take part and come to the ground and check what is happening to his people.
Today, being the 12th, I think, of April 2024, This site, which was formerly Viva Launch in Kileleshwa along Kandara Road, was being dug. It has been dug here for close to a week without any approvals. There is no change of use. There is no consultation of residents here on what they want to develop here. Apparently, somebody who is in the office of the governor called Osman is the one behind this project. And this is money which has been looted from the county. People are looting from the county, then now building apartments without any approval, without any involving of the residents. People are starting to dig grounds and even building very high apartments. This is where all the money is.
There are small things there that have been existing, but we tend to ignore and say that they are not important. For example, when Mike Sonko was the governor of Nairobi, he used to have what we call the Sonko Rescue Team. That, for example, fire can occur anywhere. You see the Sonko Rescue Team moving there very fast, and also supported by the county government. Then there was this team during the corona time that Uhuru Kenyatta created about the Kazi Mtaani that was so much youths were on it. And these are the people that could have been helping in different activities, cleaning the city and making sure even the drainage part of the city is working very well. But today, all those activities and all those jobs were removed, and also Sakaja did not try to come up with his own way of involving these youths in doing such jobs. So when the county government is faced with such challenges, even connecting Sakaja back with the people is something that's not easy, because the moment he's losing his way from the leaders that he has close, is also the same leaders will be inciting the Wananchi against him. So he has to go back and sit and rethink that where are things not working well in this county government. And basically the politics of Nairobi nowadays, the way we are overviewing it from where I'm seated now, is that there is so much influence of tribal kind of politics, because 2027 we have Tim Wanyonyi coming up, we have Babu Wino, and there's so many leaders that will erupt at the end of the day. If Governor Sakaja is not going to check his cards and his scorecards very well, see the section of the Jubilee MPs have decided to pop out and say things are not going the right direction. That tells you the high chances of him coming back are on a 50-50.
All these people, I can assure you, Sakaja, the Governor Sakaja knows all these leaders, all of them individually, and they are the ones who are disappointed. For me, really, I don't mind, because as you know, I don't live in any of those estates. So we bring these matters before the Senate, not on our own behalf, but on behalf of these people. And they are the people who have been disappointed, and they are the people to whom you owe an apology for not showing up. You say that you showed up to the Senate last week, but that was for a selfish mission, because governors in this...
Let's have a look, for example, when he was called to the Senate to clear the air and so many allegations that he has. How was his response of questions? How was he able to talk? How was he able to defend himself? Occurrence of activities that took place in Embakasi East when the fire ruptured there, he was not available. Mike Sonko was available to his people. Governor Kidero was also available. Apart from Governor Sakaja, in Nairobi we have what we call women rep. How many people now remember even there's an existing women rep in Nairobi? The only guy that we see on social media and TVs doing activism is Edwin Sifuna. That is, we know him as a senator. We don't know, because work of the senator mostly is doing an oversight of activities that are happening. But these three leaders, ask yourself this question: are these three leaders working together for the betterment of Nairobi?
That's very clear. This is House of Rules. You do not impute improper motive, just as the Senate has done. Saying there's a... No, just read your standing orders.
Chair, I suggest you don't throw words at each other.
Governor, you will not teach me the law.
Chair,
let's bring the standing orders.
I've been here for 5 years.
Let's read the standing orders together. This is not something that we need to pass by. Let us see references to government.
And at the point that you want to discuss the character or behavior of any witness, including a governor, you bring a substantive motion.
Where?
You don't say that we're being contemptuous.
I think we are not here. Senator Sifuna, we are not here to be taught about our studying orders.
Correct.
We are here to get to know the plight of the people of Nairobi. If we can stick ourselves to that.
And this takes us directly to 2027. If we go to 2027 election in Nairobi now, in terms of a gubernatorial race, let us try to balance things right now. We have Babu Wino here, we have Tim Wanyonyi here, we have Sakaja here in the middle, who is the incumbent. If he's not going to do his kind of replanning, he might be going home in 2027. But at the same time, Sakaja's been in this game. He understands what Nairobians need. What is the point of involving things that are not helping? You know, the problem with the leadership that we have today is that if I am a leader, for example, if I am a governor, I want to bring my friends to work with me on the table instead of picking people with good brain, people who are professionals to help you achieve your goals. So when you put people into office, people that cannot help you achieve the manifesto that you promised to wananchi, at the end of the day, you are going home. It's not only Nairobi County. And also, let us check in those different 47 counties. Are governors doing the same thing? Or is all about living and having a good lifestyle but forgetting what the wananchi are doing? And in Nairobi, if you can make good roads for people to have good water and have also what we call medicines in their hospitals, in the county hospitals, trust me, you will be elected again and again. And make sure that people can connect to, for example, electricity. If you go to the slums there, for example in Madare, go to Kibra, the lives there now it's raining, you can ask yourself, how are these people managing? Then on social media, we are there active, tweeting and exchanging harsh words. We need to think as a nation. And apart from that, the president has to come out and clear this air. We see the deputy president has so much questions in terms of the Nairobi County government, but sometimes this guy is so wise, he doesn't want to put it clearly out. He plays his own smartness in terms of maturity and professionalism. And if you're a leader, you should be able to take criticism, like how people called President Ruto Zakai. He was able to take that and make a fun out of it, and he created us on a positive side. There are leaders there, when they are pointed out and criticized in terms of their scorecard and development, they are so harsh to threats and to prove and provocation that they can do much. So Nairobi County needs to be fixed, needs people to come out and do the right thing, or else we are having no city, because we need to have a leadership that makes people and brings people on board and have the right plans for the people of Nairobi. And for sure, this being the capital city of Kenya and most of the recognized city in the world, you step to any part of the world and people ask you, are you from Nairobi? Anytime people think of Africa, they think of Nairobi, they think of Kenya. So when we have a leadership that has so much questions, we need to sit down and fix it. Apart from that, look what General Mbadi did. General Mbadi was so much available to people. He used to walk from slums to slums. He used to do activities from one point to another. So, Governor Sakaja, it is a challenge to you, one-on-one from the Diaspora Stories. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We meet on our next episode of Checking on Governance.